Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. I want to go out. I'm going to do a little self-plug here. I just finished a 6-chapter book on right defense for your program. It's got chapters on the 4-3, the 4-2-5, the 3 safety defense against the RPO, what we're going to talk about tonight, and then also 2 practice planning, tendencies, building relationships with your players, recruiting. So it's out to get proofread right now by one of the guys I teach with, and he's a former football coach. So I'm going to do it through Amazon. So once that thing's done, and I'm blessed to have Coach Don Brown and Coach Aaron Ingram from USA Football do the forward for me. So I'll get that link out on Twitter once I get everything rolling. But I'm going to start talking about the triple option and how we stop it and what we've done and what I've learned in the past. Done it a couple different ways. We've been multiple 4 down, and I know some people are odd, to stop the midline and things like that. So I'm going to go through a presentation I did at the Nike Clinic in Orlando. And again, if any of you guys want the presentation, just hit me up on Twitter. I'll be more than happy to send it to you via Huddle. But it's something that there's a couple different fronts. The first front we're going to talk about is a Maverick front. Learned it from actually Coach Schiano the first time he was at Rutgers. If you guys know my background, I coached at Manasquan High School in New Jersey for 14 years. And then I was at Mattawan High School, but Manasquan's my alma mater. So we had a real good relationship with Coach Schiano, and we went up there, and this is what they used to defend Navy. So it's going to kind of look like a 6-2 based off what you do with your overhangs. And I got some film clip. We actually ran it this year. Our rivalry game down here in Naples was against Golden Gate High School, and Golden Gate ran the triple option. So I got some really good film clips for you guys. And then Naples is a split. You can run it against a split back veer team as well. And then we'll get into our bubble front, which is a more of a man concept and a bit of a change up. If you see a lot of boot and stuff out of the triple teams you're going to face, I wouldn't recommend running bubble. But if you want to give the quarterback a different read, it's a good change-up. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here. Coach is not letting me share my screen.
You don't have the option, or is it?
It's the button's green.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I already sharing that? Nope.
Nope. Yeah, you pop. That's the other one's pop up. It should pop up another. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to click share, and it's green. It's not letting me share it.
So when you hit the green, doesn't another window pop up?
No, nothing pops up. You guys can't. Can you see that or no?
No.
Can't see it?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, let me click out of that. Here we go. One participant can share a screen at a time. Because right now, check one participant can share a screen at a time, or do I need to click multiple participants?
No, one.
Okay. Do you have to?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Let's see if.
Because right now you have me as a co-host.
Yeah. Well, that's what I need to.
Yep. Okay. You said you.
So that's me. So I just stopped the share. Okay.
And same thing. And the share button's still green. It's not letting me share it.
1 second.
Okay.
Figure this out.
Okay. Well, why Coach is getting this fixed? I'll tell you guys too. After we get done with the triple option, I'm going to go over our tackling system, how we grade tackling, also too some of the drills that we did. I'm a master trainer for USA Football as well, so I'll go over the 5 fights process. I'll go over how we teach it, and then also too some of the drills that we do. GSI and Richie Gray, they have a great system that we've adopted. If you guys get, like we did a fundraiser, our booster club ended up paying for it. The system itself is about $2,100, but if you guys can fundraise and afford it, it's an awesome system. And the thing is, you see steady improvement and progression in your tackling, because you're really emphasizing keeping your cleats in the ground and not leaving your feet. Like you could have a kid that's a power cleaner of 390 pounds or 400 pounds. And if he leaves his feet, he loses everything that he's worked for. So that was a big thing for us, was teaching our kids to keep their cleats in the ground. And like I said, I have some video with that.
Try it again, coach.
Try it again. Still green, dude. It's not letting me do anything. Optimize screen sharing for video clip. Oh, let me click out of this stuff. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me click out of that. Click out of that. All right, here we go. Now I think now we're cooking with gas. There we go. You guys can see that? Nice. Okay. All right, here we go. Everybody see that? Coach Conrad, we see that? Cool. Okay. All right. So so we're gonna go through the Maverick front. All right, get this. Okay. All right, so here's the Maverick front. All right, now when we install the Maverick front, what we're going to do is, out of the 4-down look, the 2 inside guys are going to be in 2 eyes. The ends are going to be in 4 eyes. So they're all dive players. Yeah, they're all dive players. Your overhangs have to be strong safety type kids, because they got to be able to play in space. So we'll play our guys 2x5 off the wings. And then we have our 2 backers and 30s. All right, our corners, basically you're playing cover 3. Okay, you're going to play cover 3.
Coach, we just got a small Excel deal. I can't actually see the.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Hold on, let me click out of this damn thing. Is that better?
Now I can see you.
Okay, hold on. Why is this thing? All right. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, you can see that.
Yes.
All right, let me click out of that. Can you see the huddle now? No. All right, how about? Okay, hold on a second, coach. All right, let me see this. All right, let me click out of this. All right, that's the huddle. Let's cancel that. All right, let me see. Cancel. All right, hold on a second. All right, I think I got to click out of this thing. That's the problem. All right, hold on one second, coach.
No problem.
All right. All right, what about? No, I don't know what's going on here, man. All right, let me see if I can.
See if you can do any. Yeah. Hold on, coaches. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it. All right, I'm going to close the window and then come back in. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll hold off for a second, guys.
Unmute. Okay. Coach G, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I clicked the screen and it says, go to share It's not letting me share right now.
All right. Shoot. I think it's because some dudes are in here messing around, to be honest with you. I don't know why it's not letting me. You know what? Let me do this. No. You should be. I don't know. You should be able to.
It's green, man. I don't know what the deal is.
Hold on. Let me see something.
Launch Zoom.
Give us 1 second, guys. There you go.
Okay.
You're good.
And then it says, all right, let me see, share. All right, can you guys see my screen?
We can see.
Did you say launching? Can you see launching?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we get this thing rolling now. I'm not a big tech guy, guys. I apologize. I'm one of those old school, new school guys. I still play Nintendo, man. My son. We play Tecmo Bowl today.
That's a great game right there.
Everybody see this?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
All right. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. So back to Maverick. Everybody sees this. Coach Conrad, we good? Nice. Okay. All right. So again, the 4 down guys are going to be 2 eyes, 2 4 eyes. We have the overhangs at 2x5, playing a little loose, 2 backers and 30s. It's cover 3. Now your free safety is your bonus player. He's at 10 yards, flat foot reading the quarterback. Okay. So he can add in the box late on the pitch. All right. Here's the thing. These 4 guys down are your dive players in regular Maverick, okay? Your 2 linebackers are reading the quarterback. So if this guy opens this way, he's over the top. He's a quarterback player. He's the pitch player. He's hitting the dive, okay? He's flat-footed 10, all right? Because, again, he can still get in the third. He can still get in the third if he needs to, okay? All right? Now, the pain in the ass of this thing is counter option, because you'll get the wing motion. Let me get rid of all this stuff. Good. Because you'll get wing motion and then this guy coming back. But now here's our caveat to that is the overhangs. Their rule is if they get motion away, they're coming, taking everything on with their inside shoulder. Okay, so they're forced defenders. So if we get him stepping here and then coming back for counter option, well, now we got pressure. Now, the thing here is a counter option is if we get motion, this overhang has to make a lock call to that corner, because now he's locked man-to-man, because we don't want to give up inside leverage and man-to-man coverage. Okay? All right? So Maverick, again, 2 eyes, 2 4 eyes. All right? The 4 down linemen are dive. Now, if you're gonna play, see, the thing is, we see really basic triple down here. We don't see like a team that goes up to Annapolis and studies Navy or goes to West Point or anything like that. We see like basic, inside veer, outside veer, midline, rocket toss. We see all the basic stuff. Okay. So if you're going to see a counter option team, you really need to drill with these guys to now shuffle step, because if you get counter option, he's going to open this way. We get motion, and now he's going to come back because this guy's going to be your pitch player. All right. So this guy's coming here. These guys are going to shuffle, and now he has to make this guy right. So he's got to still fit inside out. This guy still has to fit on the dive, but you need to drill the heck out of that thing.
Coach, it was asked if he blitzing with outside leverage.
Yes. Yeah. So if that wing goes in motion, I mean, he's gone. He's making that lock call to that corner. That corner goes from outside leverage to inside leverage, and it's game on. Okay. Now, a variation to that. Okay. We can go because now the adjustment we saw this year was with the 4 eyes, we saw the arc release by the tackle and them running veer here. All right. We actually got gashed for about 50 yards because this kid just ran up field and then tried to dive and tackle the fullback. All right. The caveat is now, because you want to give these offensive linemen different looks. It's split back veer, wing T, triple option. Those guys all have specific rules. If I got a 2-eye, we're doing this. If I got a 4-eye, we're doing this. If I get this, we're doing that. So now what we do is we make a base call. We make a base call. So what a base call is, now we're in 2 2s and 2 4s. And I'm going to get to the progression of that next. Okay, so Maverick, just regular Maverick, 2 2-eyes, 2 4-eyes. Maverick base, 2 2s, 2 4s. Okay, and they're still dive players, but now what you're doing is, and again, you guys have been coaching football a long time. You want to make the option guys think, because when they think, the ball gets on the ground. Okay, so Maverick bases were head up 4s, head up 2s, and the rules for that these guys don't change. Okay, now at a Maverick base, you can run Maverick pinch, which is just now these guys pinching in their gaps. Okay, and again, all dive players. Pitch, quarterback to dive, and pitch, and this guy's your bonus player. Okay. Now,
question for you.
Yeah.
Here, do you have problems with outside veer?
All right. So we did, because what they were doing is they were arc releasing and running outside veer. So what we did was, and they had a tendency of doing this to the field. So what we did was we made a 5 call. So this guy went from a 4 to a 5. Okay, because now he's squeezing and taking the dive, as opposed to now being in a 4 or 4-eye and going in the B gap. Well, now the rule is for a 5, instead of arc releasing, now this guy's going to insert and block down. So, and I'll show you guys the play, but that actually won us the game in our rivalry game, making that adjustment. But yeah, Coach, whoever asked that question, outside veer was giving us a problem. That's the thing that gashed us for about 60 yards. Okay. Show you guys a film clip here. All right. So here we have. All right. So here we have our regular Maverick front. So 2 2-eyes, 2 4-eyes. Now with these tight splits, I love this kid to death, but he's a knucklehead. He should be outside here because of that. Okay. So these guys, they knew, all right, they knew that if he went down, they were just exchanging responsibilities over top. Okay. We drilled that all week in practice. Okay. But he actually does, Rudy does a decent job here of getting kind of sneaking. Okay, now you're going to say, Coach, you just said if this guy goes in motion, you're going to blitz. But these guys didn't run counter option, so we didn't have that call on for this game. Okay, try to run midline here, and we crush it. Okay, here's a little bit of wider view. And Rudy does a good job here fighting over top of the crack, and Gene fills inside. Where what we drilled during the week was if Rudy went inside, Gene was now going to become a pitch player. Rudy was going to become the quarterback player. Okay. Here's 4th and 1. Okay, they're going to try to run veer again. Okay, Rudy almost gets caught in here. Okay, Gene does a great job blowing that thing up. Okay, we take over. Offense goes down and scores. Okay, so that's regular Maverick. All right, now if you get a tight end or you get a wing on the ball. All right, I'll go back to the slide here. All right,
Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just requested if you could call the guys by their positions instead of.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. All right, hey, I apologize. All right, so this is our Viper, and this is their inside backer. Sorry about that, guys. You guys all know you call kids by their first name. All right. Yeah, so that's our overhang, and that's our inside backer. All right, I apologize for that. All right, now, so if you were to get this guy up on the ball, all right, you're just going to walk him up in a 9 technique, and nothing else changes. Nothing else changes. He's still a pitch player. All right, these guys are still reading what they're supposed to read. You know, nothing else changes. Okay. And again, we don't see the real intricate triple option Navy Army stuff. We see very basic stuff. If you were to get the unbalanced look where this guy comes over and he's on the line, and again, our guys will know, hey, that guy's ineligible. All right. He just has to come out and avoid getting cracked. All right. And again, the corner will come here. Nothing changes. So the box really never changes. Okay. But we have Maverick base, Maverick pinch. Okay. I hope everybody's good with that. Now, how we pressure it, okay, is we run 3 different variations of this bomb. Okay, we run double bomb, which you guys see on the screen. We run field bomb, and we run boundary bomb. Okay, so you can install double bomb, and then based on the tendencies you guys see, all right, you guys can say, hey, these guys like to run this to the field. We're only going to run field bomb, or these guys like to run this to the boundary. We're only going to run boundary bomb. Okay, so bomb, all it does is it exchanges responsibilities with the ends and the backers. Okay, so now these 2 guys are dive players, your nose and your defensive tackle. The backers are now dive players as well. The ends are in 4s or 4 eyes, depending on what front you call. They're going to rip outside. They become quarterback players, and your overhangs are automatic pitch. Same rules apply here. Now, again, if you get motion on counter option, that guy's going. He's going to make a lock call, and he's going. But, again, he has to know that this end is now going to be a quarterback player, so he can't run right up the end's butt. And he's got to stay in his gap. Okay, he has to keep the gap integrity. All right? So
Question,
he makes
Coach.
Yeah.
How do your rules change versus spread option attack as opposed to traditional triple option?
Well, I mean, it's a whole different schematic. We wouldn't be in this set if we were seeing like a 10 personnel, like Coach. I don't know who asked the question. We're talking about like a zone read concept.
Coach Grissett, can you just elaborate on that a little more? He hasn't responded yet.
Okay. All right. When he responds, let me know. But from a 10 personnel perspective, we wouldn't be in something like this if we're going to see like a zone, because in a sense, zone read with any kind of orbit motion is triple option anyway. Right. So, but when he answers, I'll give him what we do to that.
He's talking QB power read out of 20 personnel.
Ooh. All right. Well, guess what? The freaking your end that doesn't get blocked better tackle the damn quarterback and force him to hand the ball off. I hope that helps. Because we saw that in our spring game, and we saw that in like week 8. And I can show Coach, if you want to DM me, I can send you some stuff what we did. We ran a different front. We ran a hawk front against the team that ran it, and then we had an issue with our end running up to the jet and the quarterback keeping the ball for 40 yards, and then we called a timeout. We made a correction, and we just told the end, you got to tackle the mesh, and then they went away from it. But you got to tell that end or your stand-up backer or whoever that is that they can't run outside with the jet, because that leaves the freaking quarterback is going to take the ball, hit his head on a damn goalpost. So I hope that helps. Again, this is double bomb. This is going to force the issue. This video clip, all right, this is against Naples. They're a split back veer team, but you guys can kind of see us. We hit this pretty good. I told the guys, come 3.5 yards, but it was the second quarter, and it was the first time we called it. So my 2 inside guys were like, just jacked to blitz, because they really haven't done anything all game. So they kind of inch up a little bit. We hit this pretty good, though. Yeah, man. I mean, that's a 1 yard gain. Okay, I'll show that one more time, and then I'll show you. We ran field bomb. I'll show you field bomb.
Got another question for you, Coach.
Yeah, go ahead.
So your ends are in a 4-eye, expected to still go C gap. What's their aiming point outside shoulder of the tackle or collision and work to C?
They're gonna take their inside arm and they're gonna rip across the tackle's face into C gap. But again, you can call Maverick base and get him into fours. You don't necessarily have to play a 4-eye. It's just what look do you want to give the offensive line? That's the thing that we predicate on is like, what do you want to give the offensive line? And like we talked about a little while ago, it's we need to keep confusing them and giving them different looks because of their designated rules of if we have this, if we have that, whatever. But like I said, I think it's just dependent on what your kid can do. Like this kid right here, he's going to Mountain Union to go play defensive line. So we can line him up in a 4-eye and move him to the C gap. So it just depends on what you want to do. This is field bomb because they were running a lot of fake toss and trying to get the quarterback outside. So this is just bomb to the field. So this defensive tackle is going to pinch. He's going to get outside. He's going to go in the B gap. Okay, and he makes a tackle for a loss. Give you guys a little bit more of a wide view here. Like I said, and the great thing is we got run support outside. We got the pitch player outside. So, good job forcing the issue and a TFL for us. I'll get back to that. So, but again, like I said, guys, you can run double, you can run field, you can run boundary. And the biggest thing is your kids need to understand where they fit. They need to understand their landmarks, where they need to get to. And obviously against an offense like this, they need to know what their responsibility is. And so now that I've shown you the Maverick front, I'm going to go into a front that I really love against the triple because not a whole lot of people we got it when I was, I had a lot less gray hair when we got this front. I was a young coach at Manasquan High School in New Jersey, and I had the opportunity to learn from a couple guys at NC State that taught our coaches, and I think it's a great changeup. I wouldn't live in it because you can get hurt on like boot and stuff, but it's a good changeup to it. You
got a couple questions, Coach.
Yeah.
What if the wings work and block the ends and tackle climbs to your backer and they run anything outside?
So if they cross it, if the wing comes down and the tackle comes around?
Wings work and the block. I believe so.
Okay. Well, I mean, if
would be the pitch.
Okay. So if we'll go to here, like something like this. So if we get, what coach asked that question, Coach G?
Coach Thames. I hope I'm saying
Coach Thames. Okay. So Coach, just give Coach G a thumbs up if I'm doing this right. So we get down and here.
Oh, I can't see. You can write in that. No.
Okay. I want to understand it.
Tackle to backer.
So tackle to here or inside backer? Inside backer? Well, I mean, shoot. I mean, if he's in a four or 4-eye, I would hope he wouldn't be able to get there. That kid needs to be fired if that's the case.
Inside backer.
You know what I mean? Inside backer? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a 4 or 4-eye and that tackle can get, I mean, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, if he arc releases, I mean, again, if this quarterback opens this way, all right, so we got a dive player here, a dive player here, all right, this guy's got to fight like hell here, and he's here, and this is your bonus player here. The only thing that can hurt you is this arc release little pass play up the shoot, but he's slow playing everything. He's the late bonus player. But again, like if that tackle can inside release on a 4 or 4-eye, you got to find a new defensive end, brother. You know, that's the best thing I can tell you. If he arc releases, which we've seen, if he arc releases and tries to get to the backer, that backer just has to fight like hell to get to the quarterback. And again, the safety will make him right. The safety is going to slow play quarterback to pitch. But again, he's at 10 yards flat foot reading, so he's going to be late to anything. But again, coach, if he's inside releasing and can get to that backer, oof, you only get 3 timeouts and a half, man. I don't know what to say with that. But if he's trying to hear it and cut off, if that's something that they've shown, I would just practice the hell out of that, half line that thing. You know what I mean? And then that bomb could be a good changeup for you because now what you're doing is, you know, if you're bombing, right? You're here, he's here already, he's here, and he's here. I mean, number wise, you're 4 on 3. So that could be a changeup for you. But again, if he's arc releasing and trying to get to that inside backer, I would say just you got to practice him staying flat and fighting like hell to get over top of that tackle. And again, this guy will make everybody right. But again, that's something you can't assume that the kids are going to know. They're going to practice what you teach them. So if you don't practice that, they're not going to know what to do. So I hope that helps.
Do you change the hand down of the D lineman when crossing the face of the tackle?
We try not to, but some kids, as you guys know, some kids can't do it. So we try to keep everything as consistent as possible. But it's tough if kids can't, if they need to switch hands and stuff like that. I just tell them whatever they're comfortable with, you know, whatever they can do. But, you know, very rarely, to be honest with you, and I'm sure all you guys in here are defensive guys. Maybe you have a couple offensive guys in here, but very rarely do offensive linemen in the heat of the battle pick up on what hands down, especially in this offense, they're looking for where you're lined up. So they know what kind of block, the combo block or an X block or a reach or, you know, whatever block they're going to do. Like I said, we really try to be consistent, but I've had kids that can't do it. So, you know, it's just up to the personnel coach and how you guys want to coach it up. Try to keep it consistent as possible if you can. But if you have a kid that can't do it, you know, it's up to you guys. All right. Well, before we get to bubble, one other stunt I want to talk about, and I'll show you guys a clip. If you get that wing, and I drew it up against a split back because we ran against Naples. If you get that wing up on the line, we call this our Viper stunt. So basically, these guys are going to be dive players. He turns into a dive player. He turns into the quarterback player. He turns into the pitch player. So, and it actually worked. We ran this, and again, they went unbalanced 3-man surface with the tight end backside, and then the tight end was trading over, and they had a tendency of running heavy to the 3-man side. So I wanted to give them a different look. And again, I wanted the quarterback, and you guys know, if the quarterback's thinking in any kind of option offense, it's good for us because generally that means that he's holding the ball and the ball comes out late, and, you know, that's always a good thing for the defense. But this was a really good stunt for us to the 3-man surface. So again, if you guys get the slot, the wing up, and the wide out back, and we were locked up with straight cover 0 for us. But I'll show you guys the clip. And Caleb, number 4, he's our Viper. He's going to be a good one, man. He's about 6'5", 210. He's going to be a dude.
Are you an entire Are you an entire different scheme when facing 20 personnel, or are you just splitting the difference with your overhangs?
We are against 20 personnel. We are an entirely different scheme. We are a 4-down attacking 4-2-5. This year we're going to be more of a 3-down. And we'll do some different stuff coverage-wise, Coach. And again, if you want to DM me, I will send you my presentation from last week. And then if you have any questions on what we do to 20, I'd be more than happy to Zoom with you and talk with you about it, since we're all sitting at home, you know, doing this stuff. But I'd be more than happy to help you out, man. This is a really good stunt for us. So you guys can see Caleb does for a 6'5" kid, he does a hell of a job getting skinny in here and gets the crap held out of him and makes a tackle for a freaking six foot gain. You see our end come around the horn. We got everything covered. This is a really, really good stunt for us. And again, it's changing because right now, right? So they're going to try to trade us and tempo us. And now the offensive line knows, hey, okay, I got this. I got a 5. I got a 4. I got this. Well, now all of a sudden, your stuff disappears. And now that freaking 6'5" cat is coming in your grill. And there you go. So that's a really good stunt for us. So Adam Maverick, we got Maverick, which is 2 eyes, 2 4 eyes. Maverick base, which is 2 2s, 2 4s. Out of Maverick base, you can run pinch, which is basically turning it into the 2 eyes and 2 4 eyes. We got double bomb, we got field bomb, and we got boundary bomb. And then now you have the Viper stunt if you get that 3-man surface. So it's everybody's still doing the same thing. It's just predicated on what do you want to do? What are you trying to stop? Do you want the quarterback to give it? Do you want the quarterback to pitch it? I mean, we always want the ball out on the perimeter. I mean, we do because we can run. So I always want the ball gone. Our kid's whole thing is, well, coach, what if the quarterback, is doing this? And I said, if he's running full speed, you're going to hit him. And I'm going to let the referee know that pregame. Because if he's carrying out a fake, some of you guys are old enough to remember the old freaking Texas Nebraska game back in the day, that Big 12 championship game where it was quarterbacks running down the line and then, whap, he got hit under the chin. But you got to play this thing at full speed. And you have to define the rules for your kids and, what they're going to do and what the responsibilities are. Because at the end of the day, they're going to show what you've taught them, right? So if you don't teach them something, they're not going to do it, and it's your job to teach that.
So, Coach, do you ever have any issues with speed or buck sweep with those 4 eyes?
Out of this stuff, we really don't see it. Out of the triple stuff, we really don't see it. I mean, we'll see rocket toss. But we have force defenders, so that stuff really doesn't scare me. If we were playing that as our base, buck sweep would scare the hell out of me a little bit, yeah. Because you're giving them angles, right? You're giving them angles to block down on you and get around you. But as a base, this is just something that we primarily do against split back veer and triple option teams. We won't do this against a spread team. No matter what they run. We're going to get after their ass. We're going to pressure. We're going to force the issue. Speaking of forcing the issue, as I segue into this. All right. So this is our bubble front. This is old school Chuck D'Amato, Chris Demarest, North Carolina State stuff. This is where I learned it from my coaches at Manasquan. All right. So it's still a 4-down look. Okay. But it's really a 6-1. All right. So your linemen, you make an automatic lucky call. So you have a 3, you have a shade, you have 2 5s, you have your 2 inside backers walked up in the open A, in the open B gaps, okay? So these 4 guys are dive players, okay? We got the A gap guy and we got the bubble boy. Any Seinfeld people, you know what I'm talking about. Any references to Seinfeld, I got the bubble boy here. That's who he is. All right, our ends are quarterback players. Now you can stand them up if you want to. Some of you guys that coach a D-line, that you tell the kids are standing up for the week, they get all jacked up and excited because their hand's not down in the dirt, right? So our inside foot's up. We're going to hit with our inside hand and just play square to the line of scrimmage. Literally basketball shuffle and play the quarterback, all right? These guys are locked on the wings. These guys are locked on the wideouts. This has to be your dude, the Super Mike. He is playing all 3. He is dive, quarterback, pitch. That's got to be your best football player. The guy that you trust that can make a tackle in the open field. Now, it could be a safety. Doesn't have to be your Mike. Your Mike might be a plugger. He might fit in here, okay? But that's your super Mike. He's at about 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. These guys are about 7.5 to 8, your safeties, okay? You need to drill the hell out of motion because these guys are coming right behind the super Mike, and they have to stay inside out. They got to stay inside out because if they over pursue, you're in deep. You're in deep, all right? And there's no pressure to this. There's nothing to pressure with. It's just a change up to the front of Maverick that you've been running. It's a man look. It's a man concept, all right? You're now the quarterback, instead of getting that read, hard 4-eye, hard 4. Well, now that end is now boom, and he's sitting. He's just sitting right there, okay? Now the quarterback's – and then when he does this, now everybody's there, okay? All right? I'll show you guys a clip from when we played Key West. Had this like 280-pound Samoan freaking fullback. And our middle linebacker, God rest his soul, man, he passed away last summer in a car accident. But he was a 2-time state champion wrestler. His brother's actually, Coach Conrad, I see your Ohio State hat there. His older brother's a heavyweight wrestler at Ohio State, Chase Singletary. Colby passed away in the summer last year. But Colby was 2-time state champ, 195-pound, wrestler, man. He was a dude. And this freaking Samoan kid just freaking clocks him. I mean, gains 2 yards, but I'll show you guys bubble. Okay, so we have Super Mike, our 2 safeties, 2 lock corners. All right, ends are quarterback players. Everybody 4 down in here, they're all dive. Look at the size of that dude, man. Yeah, he's all about 285, man. He's like Troy Polamalu, who went to the buffet a couple times. Too much, bro. He was a load. So hand that dude the ball off, man. Oof. See if I can get there's a good end zone shot here. All right, so we got dive. Okay, stand-up ends, right? Okay, quarterback. This safety's a knucklehead. He doesn't follow this guy like he's supposed to. That's why I didn't play a lot this year. Colby's got to be slow here. See how he's shuffling? All right, we do a pretty good job. Okay, our end slow plays it, sees the ball hand off, and he comes in late to help.
Coach, do you do this to split back veer?
You know what? I thought about it. My only thing was if we missed on midline, we're in trouble. I might do this on a first down just to see how they react to it. But I would stay with Maverick against split back veer, or go to a true 3-down look with a 0 and 2 4s against a heavy midline team. And just see, the thing with the veer is I think you need to stem those guys. I think you need to move and change the picture on them. Coach Brown did a hell of a job when they played Army in the beginning of the season of stemming and moving. And I think because we're going to be an odd team this year, that's something we're going to have to look at. But we'll be able to get into our Maverick stuff just because of the 2-4-5 stuff that we're going to run. But yeah, Coach, whoever asked that question, I wouldn't recommend it. Or if you want to see how they're going to line up to it, or what they're going to do to it, maybe give that to them on a first down and just have your box guy. All right, say, hey, they ran inside veer, or hey, they ran midline, or hey, they ran power, or whatever they're going to run. Just to kind of screw with them a little bit. But for the most part, I would say no for me personally. But if it works for you, take it and use it. I mean, that's why we're doing this stuff, right? So you guys can take stuff and use it for your programs and, for whatever you got to do. But yeah, that's bubble. So that's a little change up to Maverick. But again, you're so multiple with Maverick with the different pressures and stuff. That's why I love it, because you're balanced, because the offense is balanced, but yet you can still force the issue with the pressure stuff. And then this just kind of changes the read for the quarterback. And that's why I really like this as a change up against the triple. And here's the thing: if you get that unbalanced slot again, you're just going to go bubble green. So now Or, I mean, because you don't want to go corners over because this guy's going to be on the line. He's ineligible. You don't want to be covering an eligible receiver. So what will happen is he'll come down to be a force defender. This corner and safety will, so this safety will bump to here. This safety will bump down to the slot. This corner will come here and play this slot man-to-man if you get that unbalanced look. So really, it's just based on what you see on film. That's what you need to practice with your kids, because we saw a little bit of that. And that's what we had to do, is we had to take that safety and just kind of cover him down and then just bump the corner over and just, make sure he knew how to follow the slot and, stuff like that. But does anybody else got any questions on that before I get into tackling stuff?
Yeah. What's the Mike's depth?
In bubble?
Yes.
About 7. About 7, because he has to play all 3. He's got to be your dude. Now, like I said, if he's a strong safety, awesome. He's got to be the guy you trust the most, that if something breaks down, he has to make everything right. So if you get somebody screwing up in here, like he, doesn't tackle the dive and runs upfield, the Mike's he has to be the guy that you trust the most. So coach, he's about 7. He's about 7 yards.
Are you worried about the wings going to the flats on passing routes with this look?
I am, and that's why if on third down I'm not in this, I'm in Maverick. Absolutely. Especially because if you get motion, right, he's gone, and let's say you get this, you can't call timeout in the middle of the play. You know what I mean? So if you're going to see a team that's going to mix in a lot of that, fake rocket toss, come out, want to throw the boot to the flat because you're going to get right. This is almost kind of like old school wing T. We're going to get the fake crack to the angle flag and this guy in the flat, right? I would say stay in Maverick or play this on first down if you don't have a passing tendency on first down. It also depends on where you're at in the field too. Like if they're at their own 15, you could show them this. If they're in your territory and they like to pass, I would say probably stay away from it. Because you're just going to put your kids in a bad spot. I hope that helps.
One more question about Maverick. In Maverick, will you have the overhangs come hard off the edge and take the quarterback?
You can. We did it. I forget the year we did it. We did it in 2009. So, 11 years ago. Holy moly. So, Coach, what we would do is we would call Maverick switch, and we would have this. And then that kind of goes in with the bomb concept. So you have your double bomb, and now you have your switch field, switch boundary, or double switch. Does that make? I don't know if that makes. I don't know if that helps you at all. But it's in the philosophy of the defense.
We're good, Coach.
Good. Okay. All right. Let me get down. I know, guys. I outkicked my coverage, man. All right. Let me get to. Let's see. I got so much stuff on here, man.
Another question: are your ends boxing that?
My ends. Well, what technique are they in?
Are you talking about the?
Are we talking about bubble or Maverick? Where is that?
This look that you have on the screen.
The look I have on the screen.
On your huddle.
Okay, hold on a second. Right here.
Yeah, Maverick.
If we're running this stunt, yeah, they're gonna box it. They're gonna be pitch players. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Okay. All right, let me see where that tackling. That's the videos. Tackle. Okay. All right. So I'll go through now. Can you guys, when this pops up, can you guys see that?
No, we still see huddle.
Still see huddle. Okay, so I got to X out of huddle, then that's what has to happen. All right, let me X out of huddle. All right. Let's share. All right, Coach, it's not letting me. Coach, you guys can't see my Word document?
No.
Shoot.
Are there different options for you when you have the share screen button? Because there should be a couple different options.
All right, hold on a second. Start Zoom. What's going on here? Hide video. What's going on here, Coach? A lot of technical difficulties here at the Gibbs household. Let me see. It says, all right, hold on. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in. All right.
All right, guys, just hold on 1 minute. He'll be right back. We'll get it rolling again. And then we'll look to get some questions in at the end for you guys to ask Coach just in regards to certain stuff. So we'll get them back in here, and then there we go. Okay. All right, he should be good now.
Okay, cool. All right, I don't know what's going on with my the word and stuff. I don't know. Let me see if I can. All right, hold on a second. All right, let's go share. Here we go. You guys see that?
Yes.
Nice. I think I figured it out. I learned something new tonight. This is good stuff. All right. So I'm, like I said, I'm a master trainer for USA Football. I got this. We kind of collaborate a little bit on it. Coach Calhoun, Slade Calhoun, and Coach Jacob Lord. We all talk about the advanced tackling system, and these are the things we grade our kids on. The fight to track, fight to prepare, fight to connect, accelerate, and finish. The biggest coaching point I can tell you guys on, and some of the things that was very, very hard for our kids when we instituted this system in the summertime, is not leaving their feet to make a tackle. It was extremely hard for them to understand that, hey man, listen, you could be a 400-pound power cleaner, but if you leave your feet, you've lost everything. Everything you work for in the summertime is lost. So it was imperative that we buy into this 150%. And like I told you guys, Richie Gray, I saw him speak at the USA Football National Conference. If you guys can get the system, like I said, it's about $2,100. We fundraised the hell like crazy for it. It is so worth it. So if I can, so what we talk about, I'm gonna get up because I love talking about tackling. We talk about a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 tackle. Okay, so if you guys can picture this, a level 1 tackle is from your ankle to your knee. Okay, a level 2 tackle is from your knee to your hip, and a level 3 tackle is from your hip to your shoulders, like right above the breastplate. Okay, so when we talk about tackling with our kids, everybody speaks the same terminology. Every coach on the defensive side of the ball says, all right, when we meet on Saturday and Sunday, it's what do we need to get better at this week in practice? Okay, well, you know what? Every coach has a tackling report that they do for their position that they give to me. So when I make the practice schedule, like you can tailor it to the team you're seeing. So like if you're seeing a running back that's 6'2", 220, you can say, all right, listen, we're going to work on L1 and L2 tackles today because ain't nobody going L3 this week. All right. So you can talk to your position coaches about how you want to approach tackling for the kids you're saying. Now again, and then you could tailor it position specific. Like with the secondary, they'll have percentages on. All right. Well, listen. Last week's game, you graded out at an 80% on L1 tackles, but a 50% on L2 tackles. So what do we need to work on this week? Well, we need to kind of work a little bit on L1, but we really need to work on L2. All right. So this is what we talk about with the fight. So the fight to track is your angle, your approach, your leverage. We always talk about near foot, near shoulder. Okay. You guys have probably heard the Seahawk tackle till you're blue in the face, right? Okay. But you really need to, and it all come together. And I'll show you guys some videos in a second. You really need to get the kids acclimated to the contact that you want to give them, right? So like there are drills that we do. I do. So I don't know how many of you guys are secondary coaches in here. or linebacker coaches, what I do with my secondary guys is every pre-practice, if you came to Palmetto Ridge High School at 2:30, every kid, JV varsity secondary kid, we have, and you guys look the system up, look Richie's system up. It's phenomenal. It's a tackling pad, okay? Every kid takes their helmet off. I'm OCD, so everything's got to be straight. They put their helmet straight on the sideline, and we work near foot, near shoulder, 5-yard space, and we talk about long stride, short stride. Long stride, close down the space. Short stride, make contact, and we're rolling our hips. We're not leaving our feet. We're dipping. We're connecting. We're clamping. All right, and we do that for 10 minutes. Everybody goes right shoulder. Everybody goes. That's our warm up. That's what we do. Because in hindsight, our game's under attack so much. We don't need the helmet to do that stuff because we don't want the helmet involved in the game. So that's why I have to take them off and I haven't put it on the sideline. So fight the track is look, what am I tracking? I'm standing on the inside hip. I'm going near foot, near shoulder. Fight to prepare. I'm coming in. My foot's in the hoop. My claws are up and ready to go. My shoulder accuracy. What am I aiming for? Am I aiming for L1? Am I aiming for L2? Or am I aiming for L3? Depending on what my angle is, right? Okay, and then I'm going to accelerate. My cleat, I can't stress enough talking about cleats in the ground, guys. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. Cleats in the grass, roll your foot over, right to regain your position, tighten the clamp, reshape, no roll off. So literally, you guys come to our practice, when we do tackling on the dummies, we are engaging, we are clamping, and we are running our feet for 5 yards. They have to take the dummies through the 5-yard cone. So and you guys have been doing this a long time. You get the kid that makes contact and falls off, right? Okay, you get that kid. But now what you're teaching them is they can't because they have to clamp on and they got to drive that dummy for 5 yards. So it's psychological, right? It's operant conditioning. It's teaching those kids that they can't let go. They have to drive that pad. Now, I'm gonna give you a little insight here. The L1 pad is, if you guys would stand up from your knee to your ankle, it's that big. It's 80 pounds worth of sand. So if they don't drive their feet, it humbles a lot of kids. Everybody that thinks they're strong in the weight room, put them on an L1 80-pound sandbag pad and see if they can tackle it, and then you get them rolling with it. So because you're securing the tackle, your cleats are in the ground, and then we blow a whistle once they get through the cone, and they got to roll to the right or to the left based on the direction we give them. So that they can't let go. Now, the L2 and the L3 pads, they have grips on the back. So they have these black grips that when you make contact, you clamp on them, run your feet, roll, and run your feet some more. But again, you're training your kids not to just hit and let go. So that's why I love the system. And again, I can send you all this stuff. We actually have a I don't know if I can get to it. Let me see if I can get to it. Let me see if I can get to this thing. All right. See if I can get into my Gmail here. Can you guys, Coach? Can you see that Google up there?
No, sir.
You can't see it. Damn. All right. Let me close out of this. How about now? Nope. All right, hold on. How about now? Can you guys see the Google? Now?
It was sharing and then it stopped.
Okay, hold on. New tab. How about, can you see that?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, let me get in my Gmail here. Let me get down here. Okay. So what we'll do is, as I said, Jacob said, this is some awesome stuff, man. So our kids will get this sheet. Okay. So what their grade is, they'll get this every Monday. After we grade the film, they'll get this every Monday. So how'd they grade on the 5 fights? What areas do we need to focus on? how many tackle attempts did they get? How many profile? How many drive? How many rolls? How many makes? How many misses? How many, when you guys do the stats, right? How many half tackles? Not the kid that falls on the pile, right at the end and says, "Oh, coach, why didn't I get the half tackle?" Right? No. All right. So guys that actually contributed to the tackle, okay? And then you make your comments in here. All right. So they'll get that every Monday, okay? And then also, let me get back here. Learning stuff, Coach D. I'm learning stuff here. All right.
Get right.
Here's the spreadsheet. Okay. So this would be for the season. Here's for a game. Here's an individual tackle report for a game. Okay. So the 5 fights grade, how they graded out on the 5 fights. All right. So this would be for the game, and then it would go into their season total. Okay. So you can give, again, we've all had the issues with the parent that, well, why isn't my son playing? Well, here's tangible evidence that they can't execute what you're asking them to do, and you have the data to show it. Right? So, they're grading out at 30% tackling. They can't tackle, they can't play defense.
Question, Coach.
Yeah.
There's actually a few questions here. How long per practice do you spend on tackling? How long does it take you to grade that per player, and then for the entire team? Okay.
So first question, we spend every practice, our pre-practice is before we do our walkthrough is 20 minutes on tackling. We tackle for 20 minutes. Coach Sean, you like that? I can see you shaking your head, man. Yeah, so we're 20 minutes. So we'll get out there about 2:30 to 2:50. We'll tackle, and then we'll do attendance, and then we'll stretch, and then we'll get into our walkthrough. As far as the time, it's all up to how you want to delegate it. I mean, I've been a coordinator since 2006. So I hire guys to do jobs. I'm not going to micromanage guys. I hired you to be my linebacker coach. I want you to coach linebackers. You're going to be my DB coach. It's up to you, but I'll give them a time hey, if we leave at noon, I need this email to me by 6 p.m. because then I have to put everything together for Monday. So to me, Coach, it's put trust in the guys that you have around you. And again, it's going to take some time because it's new. It took us a good couple weeks to get this stuff down. Kids and coaches included. So, but it usually takes me for the secondary, and I think I had 6 kids play on the varsity this year. So it takes me probably about an hour, I would say, after I grade the film, after I individually grade them, and then my son, he's watching. He's my GA. He's 5 years old. He does the stats. So I got to put his ass to work, man. He's sitting here watching me grade film. He's got to do something. It's usually about an hour. And again, it's up to you guys if you want to do it at your JV level. It's up to the numbers too. How many coaches do you have, and that's really what it comes down to. But by Sunday at 6 p.m., I need all the data because I got to put everything together to send to my head coach so he can look at the report, and then we do the practice plan, for the week Sunday night. So I hope that helps. Let me see. Yeah, so that's the game stuff. Let me jump into the Gmail again. Let me see. The profile, the report. I think we did this already, right? Individual tackling report. Yeah, it's the individual one. That's the game one. Let me see. I think that's it, man. Coach, any more questions? Because I know you got a guy at 8:30.
Yeah. There was a few up top. If I didn't get to your question, can you just post it again? And
also, too, guys, those of you guys that weren't here in the beginning, I just got done writing a 6-chapter book on defenses fit in your program. It's an easy read. It's going to be about 65 pages, not too long. 4-3, 4-2-5, 3 safety defense against the RPO, the triple option stuff we just talked about, practice plans, tendency charts, building relationships, recruiting, all that stuff. I'm hoping to have that out on Amazon by the end of next week. Really fortunate to have Coach Don Brown and then the head of USA Football coaching, Coach Aaron Ingram, do the forward for me. So I'll put that out on Twitter, but got to do something while we're sitting here, banging our head against the wall, right?
No, for sure. For sure. I would definitely recommend that, guys. And if you have any more questions in regards to that, man, reach out to him, shoot him a DM. He'll get back to you right away. A couple questions here, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach Hopper noticed the Baylor film on your huddle. What did you see and like in their film?
Oh, yeah. So, you know what I really liked? I really like what Coach Snow did against the 20 personnel stuff. Against what Georgia, it's pretty cool. Coach Rule, I was in New Jersey when Coach Rule was at Temple, when he was assistant coach with the Giants and then went to Temple. So I've known him for a little while, and a real good buddy of mine, two of his kids played for Coach Rule at Temple. So we got that film from last year, and then Coach Gaylor actually hooked me up with some stuff too. But I just like the way they just have continuous force defenders. I think they did a hell of a job, and I think if they had a healthy quarterback, they probably win the Big 12 championship. To be honest with you, I just like his alignments and stuff. And between them and Iowa State and the Northern Iowa, what they do with the 3-man stuff, and we're going to go to more of an odd front this year with a 3-4 and then 3 safety stuff. We see a lot of RPO spread down here. I just like being up in people's faces and forcing the quarterbacks to make decisions and forcing RPO teams to hand the ball off. Because let's be honest, RPO teams don't want to hand the ball off. They want to pull it and throw it and get the ball out into space. So I like what Baylor did with that. But the thing is with that is you got to have guys willing to make tackles one-on-one. And if you don't have that, that's, you get, like I said, with the DN, the other question Coach had about the DN getting to the inside backer, you got to fire that guy and find somebody else.
Coach is wondering if they can get a copy of the tackling profile document.
Yeah, just shoot me just shoot me your email. I'll share it with you through Google, and like I said, yeah, anything I have, you guys are welcome to, man. Like I said, we're all in this. Obviously championships and wins are great, but at the end of the day, one of the greatest things I for me is I had 21 years of coaching. I had one kid playing the NFL. Might have 2 when it's all said and done, maybe 3. But I had a kid that, he's right now he just enlisted in the Air Force. He went to Princeton, and he's a financial planner. And when he was doing he handled my kid's college fund. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of stuff that's why I'm in this. The winning's great. Winning state championships in New Jersey and conference, and then coming down to Florida and winning and being successful, and then, being successful on an international level with USA Football. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, I love getting the text from the kids that, hey, Coach, I want to come down to practice. Hey, I'm going to fly down to come see you. And, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And that to me is what it's all about. But anything I got is yours. You guys need anything, just reach out. I'm more than happy to share anything with you.
Yeah, Coach also asked about the advanced tackling system.
Yeah. Well, and again, too, you can go on to and I'll, like I said, just shoot me your guys' email. I'll send you whatever. But you can go on. You can Google Richie Gray tackling. And Richie actually has videos that go along with the pads. And so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that L1 pad, make sure my kid is in here. That L1 pad is a bitch. I mean, it is 80 pounds of sand. I mean, like you would not believe. Oh God, let me see, Coach. I want to see if I can pull this up, man. All right,
Coach. While you're doing that, can you share your email?
Yeah. You guys can. It's Gibbs, Gibbs, P as in Peter, the number 2 at Collier, COLLIER schools plural at .com. If you guys are Ace Ventura fans, remember Ray Finkel, no. Collier County. That's where I teach. I teach in Collier County. All right, Coach. I want to see if I can pull up those. Now you guys can't see that, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me. Because I want to get to my desktop here, but I don't want to. You guys can't. If I pull this up, you guys can't see that, right?
Go. Nope.
Good, that's it. Tony, good. No, I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to
Want to post it to your Twitter?
Yeah, you know what I'll do? Yeah, I'll post some stuff to my let's go resume share here.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll post some stuff to the Twitter here, and let me stop. There we go. Yeah, I'll post stuff to my Twitter, and but yeah, reach out, man. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. I think I got my 3 safety articles up on the Coaches Lounge, and then X&O Labs is going to do an article on the multiple pressures out of the 4.25 and the 3 safety stuff, and then hopefully my book is proofread by Sunday, and then I get it to publish by next Friday. So once that comes out on Amazon, I'll throw that out there. But again, if you guys got any questions, man, please don't hesitate to reach out. I love to answer them and talk football and, you know, help anybody out I can.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks so much, guys. Yeah, definitely reach out to Coach, man, just in regards to anything that he spoke about tonight, the 3 safety stuff, his book. I mean, you're going to, you know, obviously, you know, we got him on again here for a reason. You know, he does a tremendous job with not only, you know, the school that he's at, but whatever any school that or any team that gets him involved. So ton of knowledge, always willing to share stuff. So that's the type of dude you want to learn from. So make sure you reach out, man, for sure. And like I said,